Hello, my friends. I have a battle here against Gavin Hill. And he's a guy whose name you probably recognize. He's a guy I battled a lot in the past. And as you can see, we are both using teams indeed. So let's get it started. So I'm going to go ahead and lead with Reggie Rock, and I think I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Didn't even play the freaking video yet. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and lead with Reggie Rock, which is a Reggie that not a lot of people use. Actually, probably Reggie is the least used one, but, you know, I did give it a chance at this Reggie Rock thing. It's a kind of a cool mon, and you don't really see it a whole lot. So he's going to actually lead with this Electros thing, which is obviously a Pokemon that has a lot of different coverage, and unfortunately he does have the Giga Drain, which is going to get the super effective hit off on my Regirock, but I'm going to be able to at least set up Stealth Rocks, which, looking at his team before the battle, I don't think he has a way to get rid of them, and it's going to be, you know, just harassing his team the entire match. So I'm just going to go for a Protect, because I do have leftovers, and gets to scout another one of his moves. He wants to switch it up, and he does go for a Super Power, which I think would have done less to Regirock than the Giga Drain, because I think Electros' physical attack is worse. Not to mention, Regirock's physical defense is really good. So he's going to keep going for it, thankfully, and I just go into Salamence, who can take either a Super Power or a Giga Drain. And, yeah, this matchup is not bad for me because I know Electros can't really learn Ice Beam or anything, so worst you could have is, like, Hidden Power Ice, but I don't think so with Super Power in the moveset. Anyway, he goes into Tapu Koko now as I decide, I believe, to go for a Dragon Dance, and here I'm like, well, I didn't see the Air Balloon, but, you know, it could be Scarfed, and, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and play it safe and try to switch out. Thinking that it's choice in some way, and possibly choice Scarfed. You know, I've seen Scarf Tapu Koko a few times, and I'm pretty sure he's going to go for the Dazzling Gleam, so I go into Mawile. Once again, just trying to get Mega Mawile off. Unfortunately, I take a little more from that Dazzling Gleam than I wanted to, and I'm going to Mega Evolve here, still kind of hoping that maybe it's Scarfed, but I don't think he is. He just goes for a Volt Switch, and obviously switching up his move, and takes down my Mawile. And as you can see, yeah, he has Life Orb, so should have noticed that the first time. Actually, I did notice that when he went for the Dazzling Gleam, but I was hoping that I might be able to live after Mega Evolving, but no. And once again, Mega Mawile still doing nothing. I'm still going to try to get that Pokemon off at some point. Anyway, he's going to go into Tyrantrum as I go into Dugtrio, a really good double switch for me, because he cannot switch out due to Arena Trap, and I'm just going to go for the Earthquake, which is super effective, and that is just a dead Tyrantrum, so at least I'm able to get, you know, that revenge kill there. Actually, it wasn't double switch. He switched out first, and then was able to go into Dugtrio, so that worked out. Anyway, he's going to go to Electros now, and I am choice banded, so I need to switch out because I'm locked into Earthquake. Electros does have Levitate, and yeah, just going to go into Mence again because I really don't think he has anything to do to me unless he goes for the Thunderbolt. And yeah, I'm hoping that Thunderbolt won't be able to kill Salamence at this point. And the Electric Terrain going away, I think, helps that. Although, does it actually affect Electros' Thunderbolts? Because I think Terrain only affects things that are grounded. But I might be wrong about that as far as Electric Terrain goes. I don't know. Either way, he's going to go right back into Tapu Koko to set up the Electric Terrain again anyway, as I go for a Dragon Dance. Now, I know that this thing is Life Orbed, but Tapu Koko is a really fast Pokemon. It's like base 130. I'm still thinking that I can outspeed it now, though, so I decide to go for the Earthquake, knowing that it doesn't have Air Balloon. But he makes a pretty good play going into Crobat here to absorb the Earthquake. And, yeah, I'm not 100% sure if I can, because it is like a bulky Crobat. It's conceivable to me that it could take, you know, a Dragon Claw, so I decide to switch out into Tapu Koko, as he just goes for a Brave Bird, and I don't think that was, well, I do resist the Brave Bird, so at least there's that. And here I'm just hoping to win the Speed tie. We're both base 130s. And I do have, you know, the Volt Switch as he has, you know, Cross Poison. I don't really want to take that. Well, I actually just had to go for the Thunderbolt. That's right. And that's going to be able to kill the Crobat. And actually, I don't have Volt Switch on this particular Tapu Koko. I think I carry a U-turn to be able to get rid of, you know, get out against ground types. But he's going to Arcanine now and to get off the Intimidate. And now I am going to U-turn. So that's what I do. It would be nice to have Volt Switch. I think I have Volt Switch on my other Tapu Koko, but I made one with that one for a greater variety of movesets. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, Volt Switch is so good on it. I don't know. Anyway, so he's just going to go for, I don't even know what that move was. Was it Overheat, or, I don't even know. I think, oh wait, was that Heat Wave? I don't even know. I missed it. But it doesn't do much to Regirock anyway, and I am going to go ahead and switch out back into Salamence to get off the Intimidate. And that's just, a good thing to set up as he just goes for a sunny day. I was kind of thinking that it was going to be a Bloom Doom Arcanine, and I think he used his Arcanine against me before, and it is a Bloom Doom one, but instead he decides to set up the Sun, so I guess he can spam Solar Beam. And now he's just going to go for an Extreme Speed, as I said it with Dragon Dance, so that Extreme Speed really not doing a whole lot after the Intimidate, so yeah, that's pretty much a free setup for me. And now I am going to go for an Earthquake, as he doesn't go for the Extreme Speed, so I'm just going to be able to take out the Arcanine, which is a good thing to do. So in comes, what does he go into here? He goes into Sharpedo, that's right. And I was super afraid right here that he was going to go for the Protect to get the speed boost on his Sharpedo, because that's what you see most Sharpedos do. So I decided to predict that and go for a Dragon Dance of my own, which would keep me faster than this Sharpedo. Because, like I said, a lot of them like to go for the Protect to get off that speed boost before Mega evolving into Mega Sharpedo. Instead, he just goes for the Psychic Fangs, which I was kind of maybe hoping I would live, but no, I don't. Because it wasn't Ice Fang. I was expecting Ice Fang. But with his ability, which boosts Jaw moves, it's enough to kill my Salamence anyway. However, I can now go into Tapu Koko, knowing that I can outspeed it now, because Mega Sharpedo cannot outspeed Tapu Koko without the speed boost. So I'm able to get rid of this annoying thing that I was actually really afraid of looking at the teams prior to the match. So back into Electros he goes, and yeah, I really don't have a lot to do to this thing, but in the Psychic Terrain, I'm hoping that Thunderbolt can do some decent damage. And it looks to be maybe a 2-hit KO at this point as he goes for a Flamethrower, and unfortunately that does a lot of damage, and I'm like, okay, I don't think it's quite going to be a 2-hit KO, so I just U-turn. And it actually nearly takes out the Electros, as I'm just going to go into Regirock now, hoping that he keeps going for Flamethrower, and he does. And Regirock should be able to take that pretty nicely. And I don't even get burned, so that's pretty good when you don't get burned, at least in my opinion. So, yeah, he's going to go for the Giga Drain, and he gets all this HP back. So, I don't really know what I was thinking, but at the same time, I think I just need to sack something, get a safe switch. I wanted to see how much a Rock Slide. I was kind of hoping to kill this thing anyway, but it doesn't. And, yeah, he's probably just going to get off another Giga Drain against me and get his HP back, but not quite as much this time because I only have 47 HP. So, unfortunately, Regirock has to, go down, but that's fine. I can now go out into something else. And that thing in which I am going out into is this Golduck, which somebody wanted me to use. I know, why would I send out a Golduck against a electric type? But I do outspeed this Electros, and I'm just hoping that I can kill it with Hydro Pump? Yeah, and I do. So there you go. Dead Electros. Electricity taken out by water. But maybe not strong enough to take out this electric thing. Because, yeah, this Tapu Koko still lives. And here I make kind of a mistake. I really should have just sacked Golduck, but there's someone in chat who really wanted me to use Golduck, and I'm like, I'm not going to let Golduck die, don't worry. So I go to my own Tapu Koko, which could have speed-tied this thing, right? Thinking that I would be able to outspeed with Dugtrio, but that's not true, because Dugtrio only has base 120 base speed. And it was kind of like a derp on my part, because I am not, focus sashed or anything. I am a choice banded one, so if he kills me here with a hidden power, I assume ice, I lose. But thankfully, Dugtrio was able to live with 14 HP, which, if someone said that I'd be able to live a super effective hidden power from a Tapu Koko with a Dugtrio, I wouldn't have believed them. But I do, and thankfully I do, because my last Pokemon was Golduck, and I would have lost. And that was kind of a mistake going Tapu Koko, because at the very least I could have tried to go for, a speed tie. That's probably my safest move. But it worked out, and Dugtrio is a beast, apparently. So today's question of the day is, if you were polymorphed like Bill to have the body of a Pokémon, which Pokémon would you want to be? Now, this is slightly different from what your favorite Pokémon is, because while I really like Magikarp, I wouldn't want to be a Magikarp. So basically, any Pokemon you morph into, you inherit the traits of that Pokemon, including all of its abilities. So right off the bat, I'm thinking Alakazam, because, that IQ of 9,000 would definitely come in handy. But the ability to fly and breathe fire, like being a Charizard, would be pretty damn amazing too. Not to mention, you could pick something like Lucario, keep your somewhat human-like appearance, while still getting super powerful stuff. So leave a comment about that and see you guys again next time. Later.